low, and if you want to go to the high part of the net, the shortest distance in the court down the line, you've got to really get under the ball, get a lot of whip on it. Not always easy to do that and be piercing through the court. He managed it there.
Really has moved along at a pace though this match. 33 minutes for a 6-4 set.
Yeah, the rallies are, it's rare that you have rallies more than 4 shots. We've seen on occasion the last 2 points ago, but yeah, there are few and far between, should we say.
Giron is not happy with any unforced error today. But when they're coming on his own service games, that's when they're really costly.
Fantastic Giron, taking the ball so early, especially that before last forehand. This one here, look how he gets up into the court, and as I said, you don't have to hit the ball like Del Potro when you can take the ball that early. That does all the damage.
Had to work a little harder. He does manage to come through that game. Always brings the energy to a match, doesn't he, Giron? That level of intensity. Generally pretty positive.
Also getting back to the speed of the match, I actually think that Hurkacz almost employed what I like to call the kind of the sandpass tactic, which is you don't really looks like you fully commit until the end of the set, or if there are occasional games like the last one where you see there's a chance, and then you kind of put in a hard, point. But there's so many times that you just see him kind of go, okay, I'll just go with the flow at 1 or 2 or 3, and then suddenly I'm going to drop the hammer when it's 4 or 5 or things like that, when suddenly the pressure's on.
That's the challenge on this one. I'm not sure he's going to get any joy. Well, it must be a special skill to be able to do that. I think a lot of players probably can't switch on and off so quickly. They're either on or they're off, and that's it. Just full intensity or...
Yeah, and funny enough, I also see Taylor Fritz do it a little bit as well. Obviously, you would say maybe that's not that surprising given he's coached by the same guy that did coach sandpass in Paul Anico. But maybe there's an element of not so much a focus, but rather an energy consumption. That, you know what, it's a long season, matches are tough these days, physically demanding, and it's not always that easy. I mean, maybe it is easier if you're someone like a Rafa Nadal in his prime, but for everyone else to kind of give it every single point full whack, especially for the taller players who've had those injuries. There's a lot of pressure going through the joints, through the muscles. And also maybe there's the element of the fact that the injury as well that he recently sustained to the knees. Maybe not saying that is 100% quite yet, and he has to be a little bit careful about how much he commits to every single shot.
There's 56 matches on the season for Hurkacz already. That is one of the most out there. starting to look a little bit irritated with the situation, because at the moment, Hurkacz in control, set and 2-1. I have to say, it wasn't necessarily the case before those last 2 years, but of course we're in a very strong time for men's tennis. Things have really picked up some. You have to go back to Taylor Dent reaching the final in 2004. That was the last time an American in the final. But hey, they're setting a new trend. There's a chance there just to get out in front on a return game, give himself a platform.
Yeah, I think, well, it's not a bad play because you don't get to see Giron too often off the baseline. That was one of the moments, and maybe that was the right strategy, just being a little too cute with it. I agree with you, Naomi. I think sometimes when you've got the opportunity to win that first point in the game, take a stall out early, you've got to be a little bit more clinical.
Double fault comes in. Could have been looking at love 30. The last time he was at love 30, he broke. All these details really matter in the end, especially at a high level.
I think it's a difficult one to marry up as well, because I think in this match, more so than other ones that I've seen, Hurkacz is playing very loose, very relaxed, and how do you kind of add intensity and focus whilst trying to be relaxed? That sometimes it's a very difficult one to match up. So you have to sort of take the rough with the smooth. Sometimes you're going to be able to hit phenomenal shots and from the corners.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's perfect timing. Thank you for proving that to us, Hurkacz. But other times you're going to have to hit, you're going to make some little silly errors, or should we say not clinical mistakes. But he's got himself to 30-0, and still a lot of pressure here on Giron.
Opening up the depth and then taking his chance.
And that's what I mean, is that point there feels to me way more intense or also conservative than in some of the other ones that he's gone for. Then seeing the opportunity in a fantastic backhand, giving him the break point here. That was a fantastic return, right in the corner on the baseline.
2-2 on break points now, Hurkacz.